Hi, John Pfeiffer here with the first edition of the PPC Q&A. Our first question comes from Tom from Austin, Texas. And Tom asks, is PPC right for my business? Well, to answer your question, Tom, we've come up with the PPC ROI Calculator. And today we're going to look at it from lead gen sites. But this can also apply to e-commerce sites. Now let's assume for a moment that Tom has a $1,000 Google AdWords budget. And we're going to look at a number of different variables here to come up with ROI. Let's assume also that each click cost for Tom costs $1 each. All right? Now we can look at his AdWords data, or we can use the AdWords Keyword Planner tool to come up with this number. Now what that means is in a given month, Tom got 1,000 clicks, right? $1,000 ad budget divided by 1,000. Pretty simple math. Now let's assume also that Tom has a website conversion rate of 10%, all right? Now Tom's going to need to figure this out, look at the data, how many people fill out his online form, or how many people pick up the phone and call him. And that'll determine his conversion rate, right? Look at 100 visitors to your website, look at the form fill out and your phone calls, and you determine your website conversion rate. Now what that's going to correlate into is the number of leads. And in Tom's case, at 10% conversion rate on 1,000 visitors, he's going to get 100 leads in a month. Pretty good. Again, website conversion rate, something you can play with. We've seen them as high as 15 to 30%. If you're in a 2 to 5% or 0, you're going to want to work on your website or landing pages. Now, his cost per lead is going to be $10 each, okay? Because again, he spent $1,000, got 100 leads, $10 cost per lead, or CPA. Now the other thing Tom's going to need to figure out is what is his leads to sales ratio, right? How well a job, or how good a job he does converting leads that he call in or fill out his form, how well does he convert them into sales? Now in this case, if he has a 5-to-1 ratio, we'll assume for a moment, he's going to get 20 sales in a given month. Now what this also going to mean is what his cost per sale is. Well, the cost to acquire a new customer, in this example, is $50. Now the other thing Tom's going to need to figure out is what is the average lifetime value of a new customer? So for discussion purposes, we're going to use $500. We're going to also use profit as our measurement for average lifetime value. There's a number of different measurements you can use, revenue, contribution margin, etc. But for this purposes, we're going to use profit. Okay? So in this example, Tom's going to make $10,000, right? $1,000 investment to make $10,000, pretty good. His PPC ROI, or his return on ad spend, is going to be 10x, right? Now, this is all fine and dandy if your cost per click is $1. But there's not a lot of cost per click that are $1 these days. In fact, they've gone up quite often and quite frequently in the last several years. Our cost per click, when we started out in 2007, used to be around $3 to $5 each. Today, for our business, it's more like $25 to $30. Personal injury lawyer, you're looking at $50 to $100 cost per click. So let's take the same example. Assuming Tom has a $1,000 ad budget, but let's assume that his cost per click is not 1, but is 20. Now this means that Tom would only get 50 clicks in a given month. Assuming his website conversion rate, again, is 10%, his lead count has gone from 100 down to 5. And his cost per lead has jumped from 10 to 200. Now, assuming also that his sales leads to sales ratio has not changed, it's still 5-to-1. Tom's only gotten 1 sale in a month. And his cost to acquire that sale has gone from $50 to $1,000. Assuming also that his average lifetime value of a new customer, as measured by profit, is $500, well, this was a losing proposition for Tom. So PPC may not be right for his business, and he would have a negative return on ad spend, negative ROI. So again, these are things you want to look at in your business, things that you can influence. Website conversion rate. If you can take that from 10 to 15 to 20, those numbers start to change dramatically. If we can reduce your cost per click, that helps also. And if you can improve your sales process, That'll also help your business too, as well as your average lifetime value of a new customer. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below, and we'll see you on the next time. All right, make it a great day.